Welcome in. It's In the Garden Tarot. It's a live tarot reading night. It is just before 10 p.m. my time. I will be on for at least the next hour offering free readings and also uh, donation readings. If you are interested in getting a more extensive reading, um, the choices are a 5 card reading is $8. The 7 card or week ahead reading is $10. And the 9 card or 3 question reading is $12, all of which you can pay with through either Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal Me. And very soon, Chatbot will be coming up, or Nightbot will be coming up and telling you what my information is as far as Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. But I think I would not be going awry if I just go ahead and put that in the chat right now. My Venmo is at In the Garden Tarot. My Cash App is $Teresa Kimmy. And my PayPal is paypal.me/Teresa Kimmy. I always pick a flower to be my representation for tonight, and tonight I have chosen the magnolia flower right here. Magnolias are trees, but they have these wonderful, big, beautiful white flowers that smell very lemony. They're a wonderful scent in the summertime. So the way this will be working tonight is I am offering free readings for this first hour, but if someone wants to do a donation reading, they will jump ahead in the queue. The queue is open right now. In the second hour, however, free readings will be at my discretion. I will be offering only by donation readings in the second hour. Another thing to keep in mind is that it's one free reading per person, and each free reading, hello Apple, it's good to see you. How you doing, hon? Did you get something that from the sale this afternoon or this early evening? GTSY2. Girl, oh, good to see you too. I'm not too up on those internet acronyms. Oh, me too. And it's hard for me to behave. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of dreading my invoice from Kat, especially because I cannot avoid I can't resist the jewelry. Yeah, let me know when you're ready for your reading. I keep telling myself every time it gets time to get an invoice, I think I gotta stop. I gotta stop doing this. I'm planning on moving out of the country. I can't carry all this stuff with me. I can't store it. What am I doing? And then I buy more stuff. Your love life. Okay, so can you be a little bit more specific, or you want to know if, about a particular person, or are you wanting your love life, wanting to know if you're going to have a love life, or what are we looking at here? A particular person. Okay. So you're in a relationship with someone, or you'd like to be in a relationship with someone, and you're wanting to know what the potential is there. Am I reading that right? Okay. Do we have a name for this person? Oh, it's one of those, huh? What's their name, if you don't mind sharing, or at least their initials? Just helps me to tune into to the situation. T. All right. So our dear friend Apple here would like to know what's going on with the situationship here with the Sagittarius. What's the potential here? Would it be fair to say that you're wondering if you're wasting your time? Yeah, okay. I say that only because I know just a tiny bit about astrology, and Sagittariuses are very uh, commitment phobic sometimes. All right, so what's the situationship here with T the Sagittarius? All right, let's see what we got here, hun. So we have the Seven of Cups. Oh, wait. Yeah, Seven of Cups. And you're Taurus. We've got the Ace of Swords. So far, we kind of got a non-starter. And the Star. Yeah, I don't think this situationship is going to develop into anything more, at least not anytime soon. I would also add that Sagittarius Taurus not the best connection. Sagittariuses are they're mutable fire, and Tauruses, of course, are fixed earth. And although it's not just about your sun sign, I mean, you guys could have some other connection in like what your moon sign is, or what your Venus or Mars sign is, or what's in your relationship house. There's a lot of different factors. Just looking at it on the surface, if you think about earth and fire, what I always think about is scorched earth. So fire and earth, they don't give each other what the other needs. The earth kind of gives what the other needs because they provide kindling and fuel, but eventually it's going to just it's going to destroy them. Whereas the Sagittarius doesn't really have anything to offer earth. Yeah, not like a water. A water sign would be someone who could offer you something. An air sign possibly could offer you something, but fire doesn't really have much to offer. Another earth sign. So as a Taurus, what could be a good match for you would be a Scorpio or a Cancer, especially a Cancers, because Cancers share a lot in common with you as far as like deep goals. Scorpios can be exciting, like a Sagittarius is exciting, and they're mysterious, so they're kind of like a thing to. Plus, they're both in their fixed sign. Now, the problem with the Scorpio Taurus combo is that they're both also very stubborn, so that can sometimes work against you. But as far as like the spread, these are all reverse cards. We have the Seven of Cups where the choosing is not happening. We have the Ace of Swords reverse, which is the aces are like the beginning of something. So the beginning of discussing things is not there. Yeah, Scorpios. Well, water signs in general can be escapists, and that's one way they choose to escape. And then, of course, the Star being reversed, the lack of hope there. And I see that this person, I have on the bottom here the reverse Queen of Wands, which It doesn't necessarily have to be male or female, but when we look at it's more like water of fire. So, or fire of water, I can't remember. I may be saying it wrong. So these are kind of like the more negative qualities of the fire sign: attention seeking, flitting from that one thing to the next, using their charm kind of in a negative way. They might be good at like making friends and influencing people, but not so good at commitment. That would be what I have to say about that, my friend. I'm sorry. I'm not very encouraging on that front. He's a little narcissist. Yeah. Well, the thing with Sagittarius is, like I said, my experience with them is that they're a lot of fun if you just want to have fun. They're very adventurous. They like to travel. They're very philosophical. So for me as a Pisces, we share in common the planet Jupiter. So we're both philosophical people. But as far as like giving a Taurus or a Pisces what they need in a relationship, they just don't have it. They're just not that kind of person. Apple, I'm so glad that you came to see me. Are you subscribed? Oh, well, thank you, darling. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you and I both were able to resist the sale today. I honestly don't know why I go to them. I guess just for the company, or just to see the pretty things, because I do have a Taurus moon. So I do like pretty things. I don't know. I'm trying to save up money right now for a trip, so I probably shouldn't be spending money on little, tchotchkes. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm trying to like focus on getting this going as a possible source of income, and then also opening an Etsy shop for my artwork, and just having the focus to actually work on those every day is about all I can handle. I don't know. I hear that now, I don't know if you're in New York. You are in New York City, I think, but how's the air quality? I hear it's real bad there. Yeah, I do love art. Well, I live it too. Art and gardening are probably my top two. Not even gardening, art and gardens, like flowers and whatnot, and parks are probably like my top two things. Um, but just Tauruses in general, they're ruled by Venus, so they have a real like sensualness about them. Like they really are into all the things. The eating and the touching and the smelling and the seeing. And they also like to have, I think one of the things I share with Tauruses is that um, I like to have a comfortable and peaceful home, you know? Yeah, I hear that the air quality is really bad there right now, so I hope you're staying out, keeping indoors. I also heard, wasn't in New York that there was an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease? Legionnaire's disease? Was that in New York? Like a couple people died. I haven't heard about that since they first. I remember years ago when it first came about. Oh, in Las Vegas, I remember. I was a kid, I think, at the time. Well, thank you. Asked your friend to come here to this live. That's nice of you. Wow. They said it was the air conditioning on top of the building had the bacteria in it, and that they cleaned it out, I guess. I hope she does too. It'd be nice to meet her. They did clean it out, but not until a couple people died. And I don't know how that. I don't know if it was like a residential. Was it a residential building or was it a workplace? I would imagine it's a workplace if it was air conditioning on top of the building. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to New York. It's a place I've always thought I would like to go just to like go to, the museums and whatnot, but it's just so expensive there. I can't justify it. By the time I get there and it's just very expensive there. I can't afford it. Was it the water tower too? Wow. That reminds me of I think it was a horror movie where they found a body inside the water tower and that was what was poisoning the food or something or the water. Oh, I would love to do it. I don't know if I can. I've looked at different options, but I'm kind of tapped out on extra money for right now. I went and visited my friend in Pennsylvania and I went and visited my friend in Fort Worth. And so that kind of used up my money. So right now I'm trying to save for a trip to Guatemala. Manifest, yes. I've gotten much better at it. There's a guy, he has a YouTube channel called Tarot Logic. And he also has Dove and Serpent, which he does like weekly readings. And I watched his Pisces reading today. And he said it really was very on point for me. One of the things I think he said that really struck me was something like, I'm not used to being successful or something like that. Like it's a surprise to be successful. Just a lot of things that really were very appropriate to my situation. It was useful. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I would click. I want to click over and see exactly what because I posted in his comments and talked about a couple of the things he said, but it's escaping me now. Apple. I'm actually thinking of doing a. I've had so many wild dreams lately, which I always have wild dreams anyhow, but especially lately, that I thought, man, I should start a third channel and just sit there and talk about my weird dreams. I think there could be a following there. Oh my goodness. So what are you up to? What are you doing these days? Interesting. So otherwise you don't have dreams? Or you don't remember dreams? I never thought of it as being an eating thing. Oh wow, that must be difficult. So so you find foster homes for kids and monitor them? Yeah. If you get up in the middle of the night and you'll remember it clearly and then go back to sleep, you'll forget. I tend to have my most potent ones like right before I wake up, more so than in the middle of the night, unless it's a nightmare. Yeah. Lots of deja vu in the job or the dreams. I hope the dreams. I hope the dreams. Oh, okay. That must be very challenging. Do you help them find jobs too? Or do they get some kind of stipend or I know that when I was living in Knoxville, which is on the other side of the state, um, they were actively trying to find social workers. They were trying to hire new ones, and I actually considered it for a little bit there, but I don't think I have it in me to do it. Well, I think that probably that is an accurate statement. Okay, so you help them find the apartments, and someone else helps them find a job and supports them in adulthood. That's got to be rough. One of my nieces, my brother's daughter, was in foster care for a little while in California. Long story. So let's see. We had an actually pretty decently cool day today. It was pretty hot before. No bad overcast though from fires, at least not yet. But no rain either. We haven't had rain for a while, which is unusual. Do you usually have dry summers, or does it rain pretty often in your summertime? Oh, thank you. Apple, did you send this? Is this you, Renee? That's very generous of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yay! It makes me feel successful. Yeah, I do too. Fall is my favorite time of year, hands down. I mean, second choice would be spring. I hate the summer. I'll tolerate the winter. Dry and humid. Oh, interesting. I just imagine it would be beautiful. Like I said, I have a friend who lives in Pittsburgh, and I love Pittsburgh as a city, but I just can't, I couldn't handle the cold. I've always spent, when I was a little girl, I lived in Chicago, but we moved from there when I was 6 years old, and I grew up in Southern California. I lived in Texas. So I lived places that got cold, but not as cold as up north and east. He wanted me to come and rent his house from him while he goes, because he gets seasonal depression. And so he was going to like go live in a warmer country, like down south or whatever, during the winter, but he didn't want to leave his house empty. And he wanted me to come up there and stay. And I said, honey, I can't. I can't do it. I can't imagine. No. But I do like the city. It's a nice city. Have you ever been to Pittsburgh? I don't know if you're missing anything, Apple, although I suppose that the cost of living would be something more that you're used to. But I mean, they've got a beach, you've got a beach, they've got mountains, you've got mountains. I think the upstate New York is beautiful in the summertime. I've been in upstate New York. I grew up in Los Angeles. Yeah. He doesn't like Philly. He works from home. He's one of these people that work on their computers, and the company he was working for wanted him to move to Philly, and he quit his job. He said, "Nope, don't want to live there." I guess I don't know what his reasons are, but I guess it's very different. Yeah, upstate New York is beautiful. I went up there. This is many years ago. Like, yeah, I don't either. I don't have a car, but uh, to go to Niagara Falls was a long time. We're talking more than 20 years ago now, but I remember how beautiful it was. It was in the summer. I used to have a car, but I just, and I'm not complaining because I've chosen this, but I can't afford to own a car. And when I lived in China, I was okay with not but using public transportation. They had good public transportation, but here it's a little bit more difficult because there isn't public transportation and there isn't Uber. Um, it's not terribly inconvenient because they do have it's a rural transport, it's called. And if you're a senior citizen or if you're disabled, they'll come and pick you up and then take you places in town. It's like $1 one way. So if I need to go like to the laundromat or the grocery store, I can do that. It's just that I'm stuck in the house all the time. That's the only downside, or the apartment. Have you always lived in New York City? You have walk rage? What is walk rage? Tell me what that is. Is this your friend, I wonder? I see there's another person joined us, at least for now. Welcome in, whoever you are. Yeah, it is. I'm grateful for it because then I would be really, um, I'd be stuck. But the advantage I have here is that I can actually afford the rent, and there's no place else in the United States I can afford. I mean, they have low income housing, but the wait list like 2 or 3 hours or 2 or 3 years. Oh, get out of the way! I can relate to that, especially if you're working and you're in a hurry. Oh yeah, yeah, they stop suddenly. Well, you must hate the tourists because they're wandering around not knowing what they're doing. Oh my goodness. Hi, Lauren. Lauren is Unbothers, has been here before. Okay. Apple, please hang around if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for Lauren here. That's okay. I'm horrible on the phone too, Apple. Okay, Lauren, well, welcome back in. It's always good to see you. Random read about Jacques. Is it Jacques? Jacques? Or is it, or am I saying it right, Jacques? A Libra male, whatever he wants to say. Lauren, remind me what your sign is. You're an angel. Well, I believe, was it you, Apple, that I called a hoe earlier today because I meant to say hi? You're a Sagittarius and they're Libra. Not a bad combo there. Let's see. Lauren and Mr. Sagittarius. What does he want to say? So when you say what does he want to say, you just want to kind of get the general vibe of the relationship? Or do you want to know what he would say if he were to actually say something? Oh, okay. I can't remember who I said it to, but it was, to me, kind of embarrassing / funny. He speaks in my dreams now. We used to talk in person. I see. So, Mr. Sagittarius is reaching out to Lauren in her dreams, which I can totally relate to that. Often the dead come to me in my dreams, though, not the living. And she wants to know what's the haps. What's going on there? What is going on there? Mr. Sagittarius, what are you up to? What are your intentions toward our friend Lauren here? Oh, I'm sorry. I did call him a Sagittarius, didn't I? I apologize. I misspoke. Our Libra man and our Sagittarius woman. What's going on there between these two? What would be helpful for Lauren to know in this situation? He's got the Five of Wands there. And the Six of Swords reversed. And the Tower. My friend, I think the reason why you're hearing from him in your dreams, I think first of all, it's probably subconscious. But I do think that they are going through some stuff. And I think that their spirit is reaching out to you because you were kind of like a safe, what's wrong? The words come to my mind is like an anchor. You were like an anchor to them. You were like, you represent safety and peace for them. And so I think that their unconscious is probably reaching out to you because they're under a lot of stress right now. A lot of unexpected stuff. Because when we look at the Five of Wands, we're looking at like having a lot of conflict with others, not necessarily negative, because sometimes it's an iron sharpening iron situation, where these people are making you a better person by their conflict. And then we have the Six of Swords. So the journey he was on is kind of stalled out because of this. Wow. But then we have the Tower here, which is like, this is like the act. This is the, hey, AG the Great. When we talk about the Tower, that is the finger of God kind of card. That is like, we're going to get a reset. So, but it's not going to be a fun, pleasant one. So he's kind of going through a reset right now. I think it is going to get better for him. Of course, things always do. But what you can do, of course, whatever your spiritual mindset is, you can certainly put the energy out there for him or pray for him that he'll get the healing and get the spiritual support he needs. And then I would also suggest, if you have a tarot deck that and you want to have more contact with them, then I would pick out one of the court cards to represent him. So if he's a fire sign, maybe like the King of Wands, and name it. So you take that card and you're going to say, I name you blank, whatever their name. Oh, no, he's not a fire sign. He's an air sign. Sorry, I did it again. I want to make him a fire sign for some reason. Okay. Well, then you can also name the card and say, I want you to stop bothering me. And put it under your pillow. So I hope that that will help with you in your situation, my dear. Thanks for coming back in, Lauren. I'm sorry for your friend here, but you know what? Sometimes we can't help people. They have to go through stuff. But that doesn't mean their spirit doesn't reach out sometimes. So I had a couple more people come in the room while I was talking to Lauren. Let me see. So I see AG. AG, I see that you have a question here. You want to know what Nikendra's true intentions are towards you. AG and Nikendra, what are the true intentions here? What are the true intentions for AG and Nikendra? AG, what's your sign? You said that Nikendra is a Taurus. What about you? AG and Nikendra. Apple here is a Taurus. I have a Taurus moon. Ooh, Cancer and Taurus. Not a bad match. You guys have a lot in common. That doesn't mean it's going to, it doesn't mean you're soulmates, but it means that you've got a lot of stuff going for you. So the Taurus and the Cancer. The Taurus and the Cancer. What's that Taurus's intentions? I will say that Tauruses can sometimes be a bit of a flirt. They're slow to change their mind about things. They're slow to commit to things. So if you're looking for a quick commitment, you may not get it, but let's see. Hi, Planty. Welcome in. Planty's been here before. Okay, AG, here's what we have for you. Oh, very nice. We've got a 2 of Cups there. And then we have a 10 of Cups reversed. And then we have the 5 of Cups. So as I stated earlier, a Taurus Cancer combo is actually a good combo. Yeah, sure, Planty. Let me just take care of AG's reading. Is a good combo as far as like your temperaments and what you want out of life. So I think you guys have a lot going for you and you've got a good foundation. However, there has been some disruption here. There has been some emotional upset. There's tension in the home or tension. Do you have children? Are you guys married or are you in a relationship where you have children? Because when I see, the reason I say that is when I see the 10 of Cups reverse, usually that's talking about the happiness in the home, that there's tension. And of course, I'm sure you know, the more people involved, the more difficult it can be to reconnect as a couple. And I also would say with the 5 of Cups here, when we look at the 5 of Cups, we're looking at a loss of some sort, of an emotional loss. So I don't know if, and also at the bottom of the deck, you have the 7 of Pentacles, which is 7 of Pentacles is like, it's that thing that you've planted and you've taken care of and you've wanted to, like you haven't gotten the harvest that you had planned for and you planted. So that might be a kind of an underlining thing there. Are you both in your 30s by chance? Okay, because not to diminish how you're feeling, because what you're feeling is totally legit, but it's very common to start feeling that restlessness and dissatisfaction. I would say that you to hold on, okay? Don't lose the communication between the two of you. You have so much that you share together that matters. What I would suggest to you is that, oh, my mind just went blank again. Let's see if it'll come back to me. Because when we look at the 5 of Cups, we're looking at, disappointment and moving through a grieving process, emotionally grieving something. I want you to hold on to what you have. And I know I was going to say, the thing that I've noticed about relationships in my life is that when you first are with someone, it's really easy to be honest about your feelings and your needs. But then as life happens, it becomes harder to be honest because you know the person and you know how they're going to react. So I want to encourage you and your partner to push through and try and come to a place where it can be safe for both of you to be honest with each other like you were in the beginning. And with children involved, I would also say, if it's at all possible, to maybe spend a significant amount of time away from the kids, like if they can go stay with grandparents and you guys go take a nice vacation. Okay? But I can't emphasize enough, you guys have such a strong foundation. Don't give up on it. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to type in my queue here so people are aware of where they are in the queue. Planty is next. And then after Planty, we have Chico. You're welcome, AG. Do let me know if things are going well. I hope so. Um, so, Planty, you are up next, and your question kind of scrolled way up about past where I can see. Let me go up here and look. Does Matt fantasize about me in the 18 plus way? Oh, I'm glad you said that. Well, I have to ask, Planty, are you 18 plus yourself? Please tell me you are. I love the euphemism there. Is Matt fantasizing about my friend Planty here? Well, I have no way of knowing, and I think sometimes I get some teenagers that come in. That's right. Is Matt fantasizing about Planty? All right. Is Matt fantasizing about Planty? All right, let's see. So just to remind you, Planty, that is a yes/no question. It's kind of a mixed bag. I think that he is, at least right now, but it's not going to be something consistent. It's not, I don't know what you're hoping will come from that. Well, you've already asked the one question. So I feel like he is, I'm trying to think about a delicate way to put this. Yes, he is definitely a person with imagination and is highly sexual. However, I don't think that they're fantasizing just about you. I think they're probably fantasizing about any person that they've, you know, that goes past their vision and has the right feelings about that. Um, I think very quickly, though, you're going to get a more definite indication about their true intentions towards you because of the Eight of Swords being in the bottom of the deck. All right. So, Plenty, I posted a video yesterday that gave 10 things to help to make your reading better. So, you might want to take a look at that so that next time you come in, you'll come in with like kind of a better idea of how you can approach tarot and get more out of it. Okay, Chico, let's go up here and look at your question. So you applied for a 25K project within the Embassy of the United States. Cool. Just waiting for results coming between October and November. What will be the outcome? Approved or not? Approved or not? So Chico would like to know if they're going to get that project in the United States Embassy in October and November. So if we can get like a definite approved or not approved, and also maybe a timeline. Maybe a timeline. Chico, hey. I hope is it Chicho or Chi? It is Chicho, isn't it? Chicho. I hope I'm not butchering the name too badly. Chicho. I like it. It really rolls off the tongue. Hey, Chicho, how you doing? It's fun to say. I bet you're as fun as your name is. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you also got the Eight of Wands, which means a swift answer. That's good. So I think that when you do get the answer, you won't have to wait too long. You've also got the Ace of Swords, and that is also a very good indication of getting the answer that you desire. The Ace of Swords is like the beginning of communication. So to me, what that says is the beginning of maybe onboarding into a job, or discussing more in detail how it's going to go, how we're going to do it, starting the project. And then we do have the Emperor reversed. I think that what that tells me is that they're going to want other people involved that maybe to kind of make you take away a little bit of your sovereignty, like you felt like you were going to be totally in charge. And I think you need to be receptive to the idea that there will be other people who will have a say and have some kind of standing in the project. On the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess, or the Hierophant. So that usually represents like large organizations. So I feel like this is very favorable. I think you're going to get a quick answer, and that things are going to start rolling pretty fast. You'll just need to probably be more receptive to other people coming into the picture, and more of a team effort kind of thing going on. So Chicho, I hope that was helpful for you. Planty, are you still here? Oh, cool. So that's a good sign for you then. Okay, so that's a second question, Chicho, and the free readings are only one question, but if you'd like to explore this more, I do have an $8 5 card that you can donate for through my Venmo or my Cash App, and then we can explore it a little bit further. You have a few Chichos? Would you like to explore that a little bit further with the $8 reading? Okay, so Nightbot, we usually tell you, he'll come through here and give my Venmo and my Cash App and my PayPal. But if there's one in particular that you wanted to use, assuming I understood your statement, just let me know and I'll type it in. What is Apple? What is a Chicho? Is that like a pal, like a friend? I don't know what it means. Well, you're welcome, Chicho. No pressure. I'm excited for you. I feel I'm experiencing excitement. Chicho, if you haven't already, you can also be a great help by just subscribing and liking. Is a name your sister gave you when you were 1 year old. Love handles. Really? Oh, wow. I don't think that's what it meant to Chicho, but I think that's kind of a cute thing right there. Chicho. Could be your artist name, yeah. I'm learning all kinds of cool things today. Hey, Saturn V. He probably was a chunky baby, huh? Hey, there's your friend, Apple. Those things to put sexually in your partner to lock. No, no, that's not what it is. Happy birthday, Saturn. Saturn, would you like a free reading for your birthday? And if so, what is your question? Try not to make it a yes/no question. Make it a what or a who or a how or a when or anything but yes and no. Let's see. So Saturn, does that mean you're a Leo? Yep, and she lived to tell the tale. Oh, one of those guys, huh? Why is the music from Titanic playing in my head? My heart will go on. Okay, so can you give me a name or an initial for the he to whom you are referring? It would also be helpful if you knew their astrological sign. It just helps me to key in and onto the question. I'm no Celine Dion, otherwise I'd probably break into song right now. Andrew the Virgo, Leo Virgo. Andrew the Virgo. Andrew and Saturn. Leo and Virgo. An interesting combo, especially if you're a Leo towards the end of the sign Leo. But your birthday's today. All right, let's see. Page of Cups, how nice. That's a nice card to get. Yes, Amelia, I'm working on Saturns right now, but you'll be next. Chariot. And the Knight of Pentacles. And then on the bottom, we have the Two of Pentacles. Let me just type in my cue here. Saturn, I think that the most positive thing here is that we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, because the Knight of Pentacles, he's an earth sign, first of all. And when he's upright, he's like the slowest moving stick of the mud you ever want to meet. And Virgos in general are very, very much about crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And that does not suit you at all, because Leos are more like, I think that you would bring a lot of, they tend to be worriers and bean counters, and a Leo can kind of be the life and the shining light for them, and help them to relax and help them to enjoy life more. With the Page of Cups, I do feel like you will hear from them, and it will be a message at an emotional level. But I think what you're going to find out is that they are trying to figure out some stuff. And that's what's delaying them. Um, when we have the Two of Pentacles, we have this right here, which is kind of an affinity thing, which is like, I'm constantly working to bring balance and harmony into my life. So they're really focusing on that right now, trying to balance between, personal and business and health and all the things that go along with life. And so, although they're going to move quicker than your usual Knight of Pentacles, they are going to take some time. They got some stuff to work out, but they do really care about you. With the Page of Cups here, there's definitely an emotional connection here. Whether that'll end up being a romantic relationship or just a friendship remains to be seen. So I hope that is helpful. Next we have, I'm going to scroll up to your question up here. Amelia, what is your question? You're welcome, Saturn. Have a great birthday. What do they look like physically? Okay, well, we can certainly ask that question. I will say that unless we get a court card that's very specific, it's far more likely you're going to learn more about who they are as a person than their physical appearance. Because, spirit, that's not really a priority for spirit. Are you asking that question because you want to be able to recognize them when you meet them? Is that the reason why you're asking? Oh, okay. You have time to change your mind or change your question if you like. Yeah, you sure can. We haven't started yet, so you can change your question. What does your current crush, A, think or feel about you? Okay. How about think and feel about you? Because if I do think or, that's like two different things. Okay, and Amelia, A, what is A's current thoughts and feelings about Amelia? What are A's current thoughts and feelings about Amelia? Current thoughts and feelings about A. Okay, Amelia, let's see what they have to say. Got the 5 of Coins. We have the 8 of Swords. And we have the 2 of Cups. My goodness, did you guys have an argument or something? Because this is someone who feels left out in the cold. They feel like they lost that special something that you two had or have. They're wanting to get it back. Did you have a falling out of some sort? Because this definitely indicates that they're like, when we look at the five of Pentacles, it's like being left out in the cold. We look at the 8 of Swords, it's like being trapped mentally, being trapped by your own thoughts, recurring thoughts and things that are happening over and over again. And then we have the 2 of Cups reversed, which is like, not seeing eye to eye. You only talk 2 or 3 times. Well, this person may need some encouragement from you. Are you wanting to like have a relationship with them? Or you want to explore that further? Because I think that this person has a lot that they're lacking some, seeing this, I would say that they lack self-confidence about, whether or not you're interested in them. So if you're interested in them, you need to give them a little bit stronger signal. However, I would say if a person is feeling this way, you have to decide whether or not it's worth the energy. Because, me and my current, who I am now, in my current state of mind, um, I don't, I wouldn't put that kind of energy into a brand new relationship myself. You can, but you'll need to donate $8 for a $5 reading because I only do one question, free question per event. So if you would like to do the $5 reading, it's $8. And Nightbot will be putting up my Venmo and my Cash App and my PayPal. Hi, Queen. And once you go ahead and pay that, we can do that question for you. You will skip the line and we'll go right to it. Queen, what's your reading? What's your question, my friend? And Amelia, if you want to do the $8 reading and you know which one of those payment methods you want to use, I can just post what my link is in the chat. So you don't have to wait for Nightbot to come through again. What's your reading, Queen? Why is my womb so much pain? And I'm like, okay, Queen, I do not answer medical questions. And am I picking up energy from people I've had with other partners? Okay. Can you rephrase that so it's not a medical question? Because I do not answer medical or legal questions. Like if you want to focus in more on the energy thing, that's fine. But I can't talk about what's going on with your body physically. Of course, you know that if you are sexually active, you should go and have yourself checked if you're having some problems. I will say something, this is not related to the tarot, and we'll put the tarot down in a minute, but I had a friend who was a mystic years ago who told me that women suffer more spiritual damage from having multiple partners than men do. She said it kind of puts holes in your aura. So take that for what it's worth. But let's see. Am I right in phrasing your question, how are the multiple sexual partners affecting your energy? Would that be a fair way to phrase it? How are multiple sexual partners affecting Queen's energy? And Queen, I know you've told me a million times what your name is, but I don't have the brain cells to keep it in my head. Okay, so let's see. How are the multiple sexual partners that Queen has been enjoying affecting her energy? Let's see what we got. All right. How are those multiple partners affecting Queen's energy? Okay, so the first card that comes out is the Six of Pentacles reversed. The second one is the Five of Swords. And the last one is the Ten of Cups. So we have some negative things and some positive things. And also on the bottom we have the Chariot. So the negative things. It is sapping your energy reserves. When we look at the Six of Pentacles reversed, Pentacles are very much about your physical body, and the Six of Pentacles is very much about like giving from your abundance. And the fact that it's reversed tells me that it is kind of it's kind of draining your spiritual tanks, if you will. Then we have the Five of Swords reversed, and this is a concerning card. This is going to be, I think that probably there are mental things going on with these different people, like conflicts of interest or playing mind games that are sapping your strength mentally. So like maybe you can't think clearly about other parts of your life. On the upside, you are giving a lot of love to people. And I don't mean like romantic love, like in love, but you're definitely giving of that cup energy to people. So people are gaining something. You're losing something, but people are gaining something from it. They're gaining, at least temporarily, a sense of connection. So that's good and bad. I see it as bad because we're talking about how your energy is being affected. But probably the thing that really sticks with me out here with me the most is the Chariot. I'm going to ask you kind of a sensitive question, so I want to apologize ahead of time. Are you considering or are you in any way offering services of some sort that would put you in these positions? Like, I mean, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to that particular thing, but I have to be very careful because we are on a live on YouTube. I feel like with the Chariot, it's about having control of your life. Not necessarily, but it's more like, I'm going to put it this way, like the Chariot card is about having control over your life and your choices. And so I think that at least right now that these people are having a negative effect on you. They're sapping your physical strength. They're sapping your emotional reservoir, and also playing with your mind a little bit. I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose. I'm saying this is the effect. And that you need to give attention to the direction of your life and what's best for you in all situations. So what I'm being led to say is that take care of yourself. Focus more on your needs and how you best can be served and be taken care of in your life. I hope that is helpful. And I do hope that you'll go to the doctor about the pain you're experiencing. Make sure you're okay. Hey, guess what, my friends? We're coming up on the final. Well, actually, we passed the first hour of readings. So I'm going to take a little break. When I come back, we are going to change it up just a little bit. So just give me a second. I'll be back in just a minute. Hey, Apple. Yeah, as a matter of fact, isn't the Lionsgate thing coming up too? The 8-8. I don't know exactly what it means, but it's supposed to be something amazing. Okay, I'll see you at the sales, Apple. Thanks for coming in. So we have begun the second hour. In the second hour, the priority here is donation readings. Hey, girl. I'm so glad to see you. If you would like a reading, the one question 5 card is $8. Week ahead is $10, and 3 questions is $12. Free readings are at my discretion in the second hour here. What's going on with you, my friend? Just had a very interesting first hour. Well, my friend Apple gave me a little tip, which was nice. It's very nice of her. I've had some super interesting free readings, repeat customers and all that. That's always nice. And I've got this thing going now where, like, in the second hour, it's just donations, but free at my discretion. No, I know her. She's like Julie. I don't know if you remember Julie. I know her from the live sales that I would attend. She's in New York, though. I know you like the city of New York. You're not feeling well. So you weren't feeling well when you were doing your readings last night or after the fact? Yeah. I'm kind of messed up because I keep staying up till like 1 in the morning, and then I can't, then I end up not getting out of bed till 11 in the morning. And then I don't feel right until like 2 in the afternoon. I feel like the whole day goes to waste. Yeah. You just had some readings? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Yeah. Are you sensitive to dairy? I don't know if you still, I don't know if you do cheese and stuff because you're vegan, right? Or vegetarian. Oh, yeah. So you think it may have gone turned a little. It could be. Could be. Well, I hope that you're feeling better now. Yeah, me too. I mean, I could probably live without cheese and stuff, but I prefer it. Everything's better with cheese, and root beer's better with vanilla ice cream. Did you ever do that? Have you heard from the lady at the school that I told you about? Ooh, that sounds good. I love root beer. I don't like root beer, but I do like root beer floats every once in a while. But you know, when you get to be my age, your digestion slows down quite a bit. So you can't eat like a kid anymore, you know? Maybe I'll give her a little kick in the pants and say, "Hey, you're the one that kept saying you were desperate." I'm kind of I was the only person doing nights, and most of the kids were night kids, so I was like carrying a lot of classes, and it's my fault because I kept saying yes to everything, but I got kind of overwhelmed with it, and I just decided it wasn't worth it for me. I wanted to do something different because I'm retired. She can be a little hard to get a hold of, though. I think so. I wouldn't take it personally. Whatever. Did you ever do that pedestal spread thing? Yes, thing for tomorrow. I won't be online Friday till Saturday or Friday. Hopefully, in a good way, it was interesting. We were just talking about the Lionsgate is happening in a couple of days. That's Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Is that the one you're doing at the temple? You mentioned that you had a Tuesday night class, I think it was. Oh, you mean like the figure drawing classes. That's cool. You said that you mentioned, was it last night, about having a thing at Pixar? That was intriguing. I felt like I knew a celebrity. It sounds like I can't imagine it not being fun. Um, what about that other thing you were talking about, like an online psychic thing that you were doing? Gesture drawing is the best. You make me want to go. Wish I was still in college, still taking art classes. I don't live someplace where I can do that now. But I was never very good at drawing. Yeah, I had a feeling. I think I can't remember whether we discussed it, but I attempted that many, 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 many years ago, and um, I didn't stick with it for me mostly because um, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. I am in a town called Dyersburg, Tennessee, which is a little town in West Tennessee, about 90 miles north of Memphis. They don't have anything. Like, if there's culture here, it's under a rock somewhere, girl. That's why I'm toying with, I can't say I'm toying with getting out of here. Yeah. The one that I did, and I can't remember what it was called, and this would have been back in like the early 2000s. Um, they hired me on, and it was a thing where you dialed in, and then when you dialed in, you'd start getting calls from people. And I kept getting I got these people that would like, there was a desperation that I found very unpleasant. That they kept asking, they'd ask one question, and then they want to ask another question, and they were just kind of going in circles. And I kept trying to find, resolution, and they were just wanting, and I kept thinking, I don't know, I suppose I shouldn't have thought that way, because I was getting paid by the minute, but as it turns out, I never did get paid. The little bit of work I did, I never got paid for. I think it was like a probation thing. Many moons ago. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to get out of here. That's why I'm trying to save up money. I want to go. I want to go check out Guatemala, just to check it out. Yeah, well, it wouldn't have been much anyhow, I imagine. But I want to check out Guatemala because I'm seriously thinking of moving out of the country. I think I've talked about this before, but I need to have money set aside to do that. You can't just, you could go on a wing and a prayer, but I'm not that adventurous. So you mentioned that you might be moving. Have you decided you're going to move? Oh, you have to. I know you, when you were out, I don't know where you were going, somewhere inland. You had said something about you might move there. I don't know how you afford to live there. I can't imagine. I can't afford to live anywhere in this country. If it weren't for this apartment, which, and the only reason why I can afford it is because it belongs to my brother. So I got the family discount. Um, I'd be living in my car if I had a car. It's just things are crazy expensive here. Yeah, that's not good. But like there's trade-offs, right? Maybe you just have a room, but at least you're not like a slave to something. You're not a slave to some company that doesn't care about you, and it's soul destroying work, you know? Not everything's about money, but we're led to believe that everything's about money. Yeah. My friend Jeanette, she lives in Fort Worth. She just recently moved into another apartment from the one she was living in this spring. Yeah, me too. But see, I'm in a different place in my life now. I'm retired. I'm getting my Social Security. It's not much, but I'm not having to work for it. So for me, it's like just to bring in that extra money to buy groceries, basically, really. Maybe have a little savings. And I think this in particular also, like just interacting with people, because I don't have that opportunity here where I am, where I interact with people. I sound so pitiful. I'm the old creaky witch lady that lives in the house all by herself, and occasionally comes out and scares the neighborhood kids. Oh my goodness. Did you tell me your dad lived in Mexico, or used to live in Mexico City? Yeah, your tribe is there. But that's good. That becomes more and more important for me, at least, as you get older, I think. So your family is right there near you. That's probably what it was. You probably talked about going there for a visit, and I confused it with him living there. I kind of go between two things, like typical Pisces. Sometimes I think, I could just stay here for the rest of my life. And then other times, yeah, community is so important. The other times I think I want to go someplace where I can afford to live and actually walk around and get in the outdoors and interact with people. I don't have any people keeping me here. I don't remember if I told you this. My friend Dave, he lives in Pittsburgh. He is going to be spending 5 weeks living in Buenos Aires this winter. He's getting away. He gets sad. He gets that seasonal depression. So he's going to like get away from Pittsburgh for at least part of the winter to help him cope with that. Yeah, when I was there, a lot of your guys were there asking for readings. Yeah, he wanted me to come up there and stay in his house in the wintertime, and he was willing to let me rent the house for what I'm paying here. But I said, Dave, I can't take the cold. I'm like you. Here, it does get really cold, but it doesn't stay cold. Like we wouldn't get in negative numbers, but like this winter that just passed, we had a week or so where it was like, 32 degrees outside. So it does get cold. We don't get a lot of snow. We don't get wet snow. If we do, it's only like it'll snow and then it'll disappear. But where he is in Pittsburgh, I mean, they have forever winters. Yeah, he and his wife just got divorced about, I don't know, I guess it's been almost a year now. Well, the funny thing about it, Sophie, is that you do change. Because I grew up in Southern California, but your body does adjust to whatever the climate is there to a degree. So you probably would be miserable the first winter, maybe the second one, but you'd eventually adjust. It's hard to find that perfect Goldilocks zone, that's affordable. That's why I was looking at Guatemala. I was looking at Colombia, Medellin. Colombia is a temperate where it's never too hot or too cold. Guatemala City, Antigua, I think in particular, it's another kind of like Goldilocks zone where it's more temperate climate. Yeah, I was born in Chicago, but I wasn't raised there. My parents hightailed it out of there when I was 6. We went to California just like the Beverly Hillbillies. I lived in Central Texas for a while too. It gets hot and very cold there. But again, it's not the cold doesn't last very long. Like when I lived in Central Texas, I was planting tomatoes out in February. There's a guy, you might want to check him out. He actually has two sites. One is called Tarot Logic, and the other one is called Dove and Serpent. And he has some pretty good talk. Tarot Logic, he kind of talks about reading tarot. I think he has some worthwhile things to say. And then the Dove and Serpent, he does readings with the Thoth deck or Thoth. And I watched his Pisces reading for this week, and it was very, very informative. Oh, I think I lost you. At least according to my thing, I lost you. Well, it is 11:20. So I'll be on for about another 30 minutes. 11:20 my time. I'll be on for another 30 minutes and then I'll be saying good night. I am not sure if my stream is here or not. Hmm. I think I lost everybody. I don't know. That was weird. They're in and they're out. Okay, I'm still live. I wasn't sure if I was still live. That was bizarre. So things got pretty quiet. I am still here though for about the next half hour or so. For a minute there, I thought maybe it cut off on me. I wasn't sure. If you're just joining us, I am here. I am doing readings for a donation. If it's pretty quiet, which it is at the moment, I'm also doing some free readings if you're interested. There's this song from the 70s that is in my head right now. Get down, get down, get down, get down. I don't know why. It's so weird. Random songs in my head. I have my Oracle cards, clarifying life situations, love and career Oracle cards with me tonight. I haven't had a chance to use them. So if you have a question about love or career, I can certainly pull one of these Oracle cards for you. Ah, gigantic cards, I hate them. Who got the crazy idea to make tarot cards so big? My little hands can't handle it. So there's my oracle card. It says, enjoy the journey. Embrace each moment fully, staying open to new experiences and lessons along the way. That's my message for tonight, for me personally, I guess. Well, it's looking pretty quiet in the room tonight. I may go ahead and do last call, kind of shut it down for the evening. So I'm not seeing anything going on here. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and shut down a little bit early tonight. Thanks for coming. Anyone who came in, I really appreciate you. It's always nice to visit with you and look at the tarot with you. I will be back again on Friday. I'm always here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays about this time, usually about 10 p.m. Central Time till about midnight. And I'll answer any kind of question except for medical or legal questions. Those I leave to the lawyers and the doctors. First hour is free readings. Second hour is by donation, although I will do free readings at my discretion. All right, everybody. Have a nice evening. Maybe I'll see you on Friday. Bye-bye.